Ooh.
You ain't started watching Valhalla?
Nah. I fell on watch the video right quick.
Entitled to cheat on ex-husband Chris Howard during their marriage since she was the one paying all the bills and bringing home the bacon. She said her mindset at the time was, quote unquote, whoever has the most gets to do whatever they want. She also adds that he was messing around too, just FYI, before we hang poor Gabrielle.
Well, I guess that's
But is someone ever entitled to cheat, do you think?
notable.
It sounds like every man since the beginning of time. Not to be, but like you think about like male infidelity.
Yeah.
That's what was going
The
on.
norm.
Like I'm supporting this family. I'm doing what we do, and so I will
That's
have
true.
what I want when I want it.
You're
you know?
right.
It's a very masculine
It's a
take.
yeah.
I was fascinated by it. I mean, Gab is
She
a
feels
personal friend of
entitled to
mine,
cheat.
and it's nothing we've ever talked about. But she says that she got that behavioral take or that power dynamic take from her own father.
From her dad, yeah.
And so I thought about Joy immediately with
Why?
the childhood trauma therapy thing.
Original.
You know, the original wound.
Yeah.
And
Right.
so she saw her father behaving that way and decided, well, that's
She
the way
saw
that
her
you behave.
father
And I
acting
think, like
like that,
Sarah said,
meaning
from the
she's the
beginning of
breadwinner,
time,
so she feel
men
like she can
have
cheat.
felt because they pay the
That type of
bills.
thing.
And not
She
all
felt
of you. I'm
entitled
sorry in this
to
room
it.
to all you very faithful
Yeah.
people.
All
Yeah.
two of you.
Both of you.
There's that.
So, I'd put that on her father too, nigga. The number one thing I'm doing raising my daughters, trying to raise daughters, nigga. I ain't raising no sons. There would be some male-esque qualities there. Like I ain't gonna send my child out to drive by herself and she don't know how to change no tire. You know what I'm saying? Some very simple shit like that. But as far as like philosophy goes, there's no fucking way I'm fixing to tell her no shit like that. Oh, that's chat. Yeah, bro, we ain't finna go there. That's just the thing, bro. There's not parallels for everything. Like a dude is a dude and a chick is a chick. You can't. There's no parallels all the time. You know what I mean? You can't. There's double standards in sex for a reason. That shit. I don't know what the fuck. A dude is not attracted to a chick who wants to be an alpha male. I'm sorry. Like
So
it
do
just
you
don't
think
work.
that in a relationship, when the woman is, let's say, the breadwinner, she's the one making the money, and the guy is not, she should still allow or have that mentality that the man is still the one that makes all decisions? As long as they say so? Or
No,
should it
no,
be
not
equal?
necessarily.
Well, I guess, well, no, you didn't, not necessarily equal, but it should still be consensual or them agree upon in it, or at least
No.
discussion wise.
No,
So
not
you think the
necessarily.
man has the upper hand in it?
No, whoever got the money should necessarily. Now, if she wants her relationship to last, then she'll start acquiescing to that. But if she just want what feels like love right now, which is what most women want, they don't really want. They're not gonna flat out tell you that I want the man to dominate me or such and such and so forth, or a man that's strong enough to do so.
Right.
They're gonna get what they want initially, or the nigga to do what the fuck I want you to do, that type of shit. And eventually they're gonna get bored with that nigga. And you know what I'm saying? And then you're gonna want to cheat inevitably because this nigga is a bitch. You got a beta male to do, you know what I mean?
I see what you're saying, yeah.
And that's why I mean there's no parallels. If a bitch
Doesn't
come in there
really
and do
have to
what the
do though
fuck,
with money.
go ahead.
I was like, cause like Gabrielle Union shit, they was talking about money, but it can be with money or like with that like a power situation, like
Right, see, I ain't want to even open up the power thing necessarily because that's not what she said. She's talking about I felt entitled to cheat. Michelle brought up the
yeah,
power thing, which I ain't want to go there necessarily because I feel like that's the next part of where we're going with this. But like initially, right now, cheating or no cheating, can she do that based off her money? That's how you know what I mean. I'm trying to open up right now, like,
yeah.
and
Nah,
based
she,
off of that, it kind of goes into what I'm saying. Yeah, you can cheat if you want to. That's fine if you feel. But I'm telling you, the reason why you feel like you need to cheat is because you make most of the money, and this nigga is a bitch because he got to do whatever the fuck you talking about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you were to let him do what, like me, I'm a broke ass nigga, but if I got with a Gabrielle Union, I'm not a complete idiot when it comes to finances. You know what I'm saying? If she wanted to turn that over to me, and you know what I mean, and let me do my thing, knowing I ain't gonna steal her money, ain't gonna fuck us over, ain't gonna do, then that would likely be better for the situation. Is my ideology, is my rhetoric, because she's gonna see me if I make the right decisions and do the right things. That's what's gonna keep continuously getting her to like me. But if she's making all the decisions and nobody's doing nothing for her, there's no way she can help. I can help her. She's gonna get bored, and she's gonna want to cheat. So I mean, she's right to a degree, but what is it, love or lust for the time being?
Yeah, because I think that's kind of what when Tate was on that show with that renter chick,
The old
and she was
Tate.
she was like, well, I slept around with a lot of men, but I make my own money. I got my own OnlyFans, and he's like, yeah, but men aren't attracted to that. He's like, we want someone that's gonna, that's wanting to take care of you. He's like, we don't see value in you having multiple body counts like a woman would see a guy having value. Like, but you know what I'm saying? If a chick sees a dude with a whole chick, she's gonna eventually want to like. She eventually gonna like him too.
Right. I
And then
think.
he told the chick, he's like, if you make more money or if you hold more power, he's like, it's up to you to make your man feel like none of these other niggas that got more money than him matter. It's like if not, then you felt as a woman to him.
Right, like if a nigga, that's important. If a nigga got the most money in the situation, you know what I'm saying? Like if a chick, like, cause if a nigga got the most bread in the situation, the number one thing he want is cooperation. I'm not trying to argue with you and everybody else in the world. You are the only person in the world that you know what I'm saying, incapable of getting bullshit from. That's what it should be. You know what I'm saying? I got all this other stress in the world. Like, you need to be my rock. That's it. Just agree and move. Just trust it out. You know what I mean? Regardless. But a chick will say she want that, but that's not what's good for her necessarily. Who am I to talk about what's good for a woman? But that's what they're gonna get bored with eventually. Somebody that's just cooperating with them and not ever in the situation to be the man. You know what I'm saying?
'Cause, I forgot what chick it was, but there was this one chick. She was like, I was dating the sweetest guy. He was wonderful. He was great. He did nothing wrong, but he didn't put me in my place when he should be, so I cheated on him.
A
And then I
bitch,
started dating.
a bitch wanna get slapped and choked every once in a while when y'all fucking. If a nigga over here on this pussy ass shit, bitch finna get bored, bro. That bitch wanna get slapped a few times and choked and told that she ain't shit. I'm sorry, that's what it is.
And the chick pretty much
Only during
admitted
the
that. She
course
was
of
like, I want to
sex.
be put in my place.
Ain't nobody trying to be called no slut in the course of work of a work
Yeah.
shift. But when you got that penetration going there, you slut. Oh, yeah.
She let you call her. She let you call her all kinds of unholy things.
No, unholy. You know damn well you want to be degraded. Stop with that cap, that pretentious behavior. Want to be straight up degraded sometimes. Want to be degraded in a safe location. Want to be raped in the safe area, in the safe zone.
In the safety of your home.
Yeah, want to be raped in the safe zone. Bitches like that shit, bro. She like, wow, because it's like, true. Why do we like that shit? Why do we like 3,000 degree showers and being raped in safe locations and safe situations?
That's it.
Man, look. I'm not saying that's the whole part of the story. I'm just saying y'all get off on shit like that.
Who's y'all?
All right, never mind.
Like, I just want to know where this whole group of people are that feel this way.
I'm saying, like, even if it's just to a slight degree, there's no dude that feels that way. That, like, no straight heterosexual male. There's cucks out there who, you know what I'm saying, want somebody to dominate their girl, and they watch and be a part of the domination or be a part of the getting dominated part. And, dudes
This part
that,
of getting degraded.
yeah, bro, like, a part of sexuality in the dude is the, hey, make me feel good. I'm big dude, you know what I'm saying? But a part of the sexuality of women is to be taken control of to some degree. To feel like this person is stronger than me, and stronger might be a very black and white word, you know what I'm saying? But it's just, come on, stop playing, bro. Like, stop with the bullshit. Come on, you know what I'm saying, nigga? Act like, but when you gotta say it flat out, act like, bitch, don't act like you ain't asked me to spit in your mouth. Like, get the fuck out of here. Like fucking nasty ass shit. I'm just saying, bro.
They are disgusting. I would say.
They you
They?
listen, you
Where
on the
did
wrong
they come
platform to not get exposed, nigga. Fuck the bullshit.
How am I being exposed?
I'm just not gonna go there.
Mm.
Two chicks on one dude. The dude is still the dominatrix in the room. Ain't nobody dominating the dude, no matter how many chicks is in the room. But a chick who want multiple dudes to go at her is wanting to be dominated, right? Yes or no? That's a domination type thing.
Or she just wants two dicks at one time.
Right. You want to get fucked by not one person, but two people. People who like to get fucked, like to get conquered. That's what the fuck it is.
This is my booty.
You know what I'm saying? You in fucking prison, and you see Francis Ngannou. You got two options. You about to have a very, very uncomfortable experience, or you got about 120 seconds as he approach you to turn yourself gay and start liking dick, and you can get the most, you know what I'm saying? You can get the most out of that situation and actually like it, and try to like it for a little bit. Exactly, it don't work like that, Michelle. It don't work like that. But for a chick, I feel like she can get herself in that mindset for a quick split second, when nigga rip.
They do all the,
For a split second, it ain't gonna be as mentally.
No.
they do it all the time when they go to jail. They be like, "Ooh, I got a boyfriend,
That's
but you
like
look cute in
saying-
here."
No.
I'm saying, look, they're both terrible, but one is a lot worse than the other. You don't get your womanhood taken from, like, getting your womanhood taken from you is different from getting your manhood taken from you. It's different.
How?
Oh, nigga, it's different. It's different. Because the act that was done to a woman who was ARD is an extreme version of what she already does. A dude getting ARD is not something that he ever intended to ever do in his life. Like, I didn't ever intend to do that, nigga.
Okay.
And I can't even form the words to tell you that act happened to me. Fuck that.
And the women and girls that were not even sexually active when that stuff happens to them? You don't think that's altering and life changing to them?
I didn't say it wasn't. I'm just saying it's not to the same detriment as somebody who never expected their asshole to be penetrated in their entire life. It was not an action that they were ever going to do. That's all I'm saying. Not saying it's not traumatizing for anybody. Just saying for a dude, it's a hell of a lot more devastating to that dude. Whoever got ARD, it's devastating. Talk about cutting the balls off of a stud, my
I
nigga.
think it's devastating for anybody in
Didn't
a personal
it-
situation.
of course it
It's-
is. Of
it's
course.
different for
Of course it
any
is.
situation.
Of course it is. But for every dude's situation, when it happens, it's detrimentally different. It's detrimentally different.
So you're just saying that it's different, not one is
Have-
worse than the other.
Oh yes, I'm just specifically telling you one is
Then
worse
it's
than the other.
I just,
I'm specifically telling you one is worse than the other. You can get raped by the ugliest dude, fattest, most repulsive
but you're
dude on the
still
planet.
You're still being raped. That's
And
something
if
that is
I got
against your
raped
will.
by
That's something that
motherfucking
you're not-
Tyrese, I would be more traumatized than than the person who got. I'm telling you, like it's once your manhood get taken, it's you don't get it back. You don't get it once you can get the alpha male fucked right out of you.
Just think about it like this: whenever, like when animals do it, the dude that the animal that got poinked, he ain't gonna poink no females. He just
He
got poinked, so
done
he don't
boinking
get to
females.
poink.
In fact,
So do
his
you
fucking
remember the
whole lineage
conversation?
had just died from that nigga. Like that's
We
that's
had
what they used to
on-
do to slaves. That's what they do to slaves in front of their family. Fucking rape them right in front of their family and fucking humiliate them so that they can never have control of their family again or never have confidence in themselves again.
You think that's an influence on gay men? Things like that happening to them? Remember, because I've always said, just me personally.
All
saying
right,
that-
you switch shifting the conversation
No,
a little bit,
no, no.
but that's
You're
it's relevant.
saying-
It's relevant. It's relevant. It's relevant. It's relevant.
If that was to happen to somebody,
Michelle
and I
saying that
said
all
that-
gay people, all gay dudes came because they got raped.
No, and not all. I say that it.
You see how you be doing me though?
No, I'm saying
I'm
that
just giving you a little taste of your
I
own
believe
medicine.
it influences their sexuality, especially when it happens to them at a young age, and it's a persistent thing. And as they get older, it kind of confuses them. I've seen it happen in family members in my family. That's why I say this.
I got
I've seen it
molested
happen
when I
in-
was young and I ain't gay.
Yeah.
And
But
before I even knew what the fuck gay was, I molested somebody else that was younger than me and didn't know what the fuck I was doing. And I have no gay desires, and the young child that I molested has no gay desires at all. So I'm just saying I can actively and account for when they talk about gay. There's several different situations that can happen, and there's
Right.
different.
I mean, my brother would do the same
Definitely.
thing. My brother's not gay.
What she's coming up with, it could be a small percentage, like, but it's just so many factors that go into it with that.
Right,
I
definitely
agree.
a lot of factors. Definitely a lot of motherfucking factors. Again, wasn't going now. Michelle brought that up. Good good little point or whatever, but again,
We ain't trying to start beef with them. They gon'
again, I'm just saying when a dude that's why gay dudes be getting or trans dudes or whatever be getting beat up because they'll try to make it seem like oh nigga, you just don't want nobody to know you like a tranny. No, bitch, you fucking tricked me. I didn't fucking know. Now, can't nobody trick MuZiSeAN. I used to do this shit for a living. I literally
That guy
used to look
did.
at transsexual people for a living and find out if they male or female and put them in the right category for the website. Trust me, I ain't getting tricked. I know, I ain't got tricked yet. Look, it's possible though. Off of a 2D picture, brother. If I see him in real life, it's different. But off a 2D picture, my nigga, woo, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised, nigga. But they'll trick a motherfucker. And the dude takes so much offense to that because you can't let that happen. You can't let nigga, if you really don't feel that way, if you really not like that, and you end up, you was courting this trick the whole time and it was a tranny and nah, bro. Because they not finna just be like, oh, my bad, I'm sorry, you didn't know. They finna treat you like you was on the down low. And they finna try to, you know what I'm saying, try to tell your homies and boom, they finna try to excoriate you for that shit. So you finna get your ass whooped. I'm finna beat your ass too. Fuck that shit.
First of all,
I'm
you
not gonna
lied.
whoop anybody's ass. YouTube. I'm not gonna whoop anybody's ass. Facebook. Just kidding.
No, that's the whole thing that people are like, just don't lie, be real. It's not.
Yeah, but see that don't work. And that what they won't admit is that they get off to trying to trick dudes and that they're actively trying to expand their margin, their horizon of, you know, prospects and shit like that. That's what they're actively trying to do, but they won't fucking admit it. They gon' it's just like everybody gonna play the fucking victim.
You know, victims, yeah.
MuZiSeAN not hearing that shit though.
Not today. Trying
So
to
if
pull
you
the Aaron Rodgers.
so if you in prison and Ngannou walk up on you, What's the decision you finna make?
I'm fighting this nigga now. Knock me out.
You don't have no option to fight no Francis Ngannou, nigga. He control whether he knock you out or not. He ain't even finna punch you. He finna grab you by your neck so strong and pick you up off your heels, nigga. Boy! Do this the easy way or the hard way?
Nigga, I'm gonna run myself into the wall, knock myself out. I don't want to have no recollection.
How
of
you
what's
gonna run
happen
when you
to me.
pick your feet up off the ground? You gonna be completely helpless. Helpless. Feet just off the ground dangling. Lord help me. Lord, this man is too big for me. Fuck all that.
No, I'm with that one dude. I'm bilingual. It's a difference.
That's all that nigga had. That's all that nigga Ngannou had to do in negotiations with Dana White. Just grab that bald-headed cracker by his goddamn neck and pick him up off his motherfucking heels and tell him what type of contract. I want some health insurance, nigga. I want health insurance. Bitch ass.
Oh shit. Yeah, man.
So you know why he left, right? Mr. Ngannou.
Nah. I mean, I know they were having like contract issues or something before.
Right. So Ngannou coming over at it's a timing thing, really. Like Ngannou came from nothing, you know what I'm saying, and he coming into this era of fighting right now where he's seeing a whole bunch of money getting thrown around.
Yeah.
Whereas all the UFCs who in they UFC fighters who in their contract right now, they or have been in their contract for the last 10 years or whatever. It was a different market, kinda, you know what I mean? And most people aren't guaranteed to shoot up to the top of their division like Ngannou.
It's kind of like being a quarterback in the NFL.
Right, like fucking who we got, like Justin Herbert, Danny Dimes, Burrow, Trevor Lawrence. They've all done pretty good, so their next contract they signed finna be nice, or
It's
it don't
gonna be
have
bigger
to be.
It's gonna be bigger than Mahomes' contract, and Mahomes was the top.
Because the market goes on. Mahomes set a fucking bar, and now shit finna go on from there, So Ngannou just happened to come in on the seams of I think John Jones, the biggest fight he made, or his purse was like $250,000. He made a little bit more after that, but I think his purse was like $250,000 was just what he was signing for. That's bullshit. You talking about fight nights that's competing with boxing at sometimes, and boxing niggas making 10 and 20 million, and you got your top you're the GOAT of your motherfucking whole sport making $250,000.
And you can't have no sponsors.
Yeah, well, they got one sponsor now.
Well, you can only have the sponsor they give you, but in boxing you can have shit, nigga. The whole show.
That's crazy. You know what? So what the next gig should be, if you a millionaire, billionaire, or whatever, is to start a management company for UFC fighters, or for MMA fighters in general. And a management company that covers, that acts as like an NBA team. Because right now you got the owners and you got the fighters. In the NBA, you got the owners
and the NBA association.
You got the Stern or whatever, who speaks for everybody, and then you got the owners, and then you got the players. So there's a whole organization and association that, there needs to be a middle ground for the MMA fighters. And let's say that person would pay for their health insurance and shit like that. Every fighter who signs to me gets the health insurance that an NBA team would give to an NBA player.
Well, that's kind of like a union. That's what they tried to do though, and they didn't work.
Well, no, that's a union. That's not a management, which is in itself a business in itself. You know what I'm saying? That's like, you don't sign my fighter without talking to me, type shit. I'm paying for my fighter's health insurance, because that's the thing. And okay, so when you got the UFC contract, they treat you like you're an employee, like a team. Like, you can't go play for nobody else because you're gonna hurt my asset if you get hurt, such on and so forth, right? Mm-hmm. But usually what comes with that type of restriction is that they pay for your health insurance and you get paid a little bit more or whatever type shit. But UFC treats them like independent contractors when it suits them, but treats them, which, I mean, that's fair. You know, I mean, you can't have your heavyweight champion going box Tyson Fury, getting knocked the fuck out, and now put your belt in jeopardy. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense, but he should probably be able to get them niggas at least health insurance, though. And being the fact that he don't, there's somebody there that can step in who got billions of dollars and be like, yo, I'm going to take care of all your health expenses. Just fucking, you know, sign under me. Boom, boom, boom. I'm taking percentage, whatever case may be, and I'm going to negotiate for you.
Yeah, they need some type of middleman. Yeah, the WWE, the wrestling, they do the same thing. They treat them as independent contractors, but they also treat them as employees. And in some cases, they get to have two contracts. One as a wrestler, as an entertainer, which is the independent side, and then one like if they do office work.
Office
Like,
work?
Yeah, like if they do behind the scenes shit and management or whatever, trainers.
If they write a skit, choreograph a fucking fight scene, fucking
And-
paperwork, fighters doing paperwork, this fucking fake ass wrestling. Paperwork.
Cause but yeah, they need something to keep them niggas safe, man. Cause they know, I feel like Dana White be staining them boy.
I mean, like what it is, Dana in a startup business. If Dana had paid them niggas the way they wanted to, all the way from the get go, there wouldn't be no
They wouldn't have made
UFC.
it
Somebody
this far.
else would have been, you know what I'm saying, took them over. That motherfucker got to put on the fight down there every weekend. Got to put on the whole fight card down there every weekend, bro. There's not enough money to go around. We'll get there eventually, and you know, perhaps it's time to start shelling out a few little bit here
then
and there.
he needs to let them have sponsors then, like not just whatever Venom or whoever they have.
Well, the thing with that is, it's not necessarily emboldening the company. It's not necessarily putting the company up at the next plateau. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is it going to do for the UFC's profit revenue?
Well, what it'll do is say Francis Ngannou gets sponsored by, I don't know, Popeyes. You know what I'm saying? He'll be on their ads. They're gonna advertise the fight, and there's gonna be more people supposedly that'll watch because
No,
more
that's
advertising.
not how that works. No, not necessarily. They don't have to necessarily endorse the fight. Francis Ngannou has to endorse Popeye's Chicken. Popeye's Chicken
Right,
is not obligated to endorse anything behind them. They're benefiting off the fact that he's wearing it. They don't have to go out of their way to make a commercial about the UFC anything.
But it ain't even got to be a commercial. Just like an Instagram post, nigga.
They don't have
Nowadays,
to. That's promo. That's promo. They don't have to do any. That's not how that works. It's a one-way deal. It's a one-way deal. Just because I'm in cahoots with Popeye's Chicken don't mean I have to promote my album. I'm promoting Popeye's Chicken. They are not promoting me. Like that would be a goodwill, a good faith thing to do, but they're not obligated to do that. That's not gonna happen like that. That would be taking time away from them. If you see that if Popeyes want to promote UFC, they could be promoting their next chicken fingers.
Directly.
So they're not gonna promote UFC because they're not getting paid to do that. They're paying somebody else to wear their shit. So while they're paying it, they're not gonna give somebody else free promotion. You know what I'm saying? It don't work like that.
Yeah, because I mean, I think the way they do it in boxing, like they, like they said, Popeyes was partnership with you. They would buy your gloves or some shit like that. They send money to buy you shit for your fight. Or at least
Buy
in
you
some
shit?
cases. Yeah, like your sponsors, they'll sometimes purchase like your equipment.
I think what they do is make a donation or they negotiate for where their logo is going to be because it's all real estate. If you want OnlyFans on your ass, OnlyFans paid the most money out of all of these motherfuckers to get their biggest fucking stamp on the boxer's ass right there. They paid the most to get that there. You know what I'm saying? Like real estate matters. Like they don't, cause like if I'm gonna buy the boxer something, why would I buy him some gloves that got Popeye's Chicken on it? If I can just put Popeye's Chicken all across his booty, that's gonna be the biggest thing that you see in the fight.
Well, not like, well, because I guess I was thinking like when 50 Cent donated to this boxer, like he ended up paying for like for the gym for him to train at the gym,
Yeah.
and then 50 Cent was like, "Give me my money by Monday," but I guess they were playing because he never gave him the money back. But the dude was all like, "Nah, man, you said that was for my training camp. Like it's a gift. It's a gift."
Yeah, see,
So
that's you can make donations and shit like that, but as far as the advertisement go, I think they are just like a commercial slot. Like to get a commercial on the Super Bowl, it costs you 20 times what an actual commercial should cost you during the course of like Seinfeld or some shit. You know, like, and then I think it costs more or less money where you get the commercial in the beginning of the show or in the middle of the show or the end of the show. You know what I mean?
yeah, and if it's prime time and all that
Yeah,
shit.
I think they just buying real estate as far as that goes. Cause
Yeah,
I
on the on
mean,
the
you know, they can throw some money in. We can do whatever the fuck we want to do with that money, or it'll be buy some gloves or whatever the case may be. I I personally think, although you know Ngannou's young in this shit, that's kind of the nuanced thing that this business model needs. Like when I say he's young, he don't know that, man, this is probably in your best interest to just take the money and just go on because he was gonna be the highest paid heavyweight in UFC history.
like.
But
It,
go ahead.
no, what you gonna say?
The pros and cons is though, okay, if you take that deal with the UFC, let's say it would have been 3 years. It wouldn't have been no more than 3 years. I think it was a 3-year contract. You got 3 years, you're gonna be the highest paid UFC fighter. And then you can still do what you want after that, you know? Or the flip side, you do what you want right now, go get a boxing match with Tyson Fury, make more money than that UFC contract was gonna give you in the next 3 years, but then either commit to boxing or go back to UFC.
Do like Connor, just go get the bag and then come back.
Conor never came back though. Not
Well, he broke his-
not the Conor we knew.
Yeah,
That nigga came back and was garbage. Complete trash. He
Had
beat
them
Donald
soft
old
legs.
ass Cerrone. That's it.
Cause yeah, that's. I feel like, man, you trying to jump ship, but you're in that weird stage of the contracts where like, nigga, they're not gonna they're gonna give you a lot of money, but it's not gonna be.
It still ain't gonna be
everything you want.
boxing money though, right? So I think obviously I think the more appealing one sounds like go get the boxing money, and Dana White will take you back. Dana White will take you back because Francis Ngannou leaves with the heavyweight undisputed title. He has to vacate it to leave. There
So
is
if you
now
go-
no such thing as undisputed in heavyweight UFC. You will never be undisputed now because Francis Ngannou still exists. No matter, it's just like Daniel Cormier when he beat everybody and got, you know, his title, but John Jones was not in the league. It doesn't count, brother. Doesn't count. Nobody's gonna call you undisputed. You can be the champ though. So that nigga leaves with literally the legitimacy of the title of the entire UFC. So that's devastating. So what I'm saying that because Dana will always take him back, so he can go do a boxing match now while he's not under contract and come back, and Dana will have no choice but to take him back because this is what the people will want.
Mm-hmm.
Only
And the fights
problem,
will make you more money.
only problem with that is you might get that Lamborghini jet syndrome that Conor McGregor got. You get a Lamborghini jet, you no longer trying to fight as hard as you was fighting before, nigga. You no
I think it
longer
was a guy,
training.
not a jet.
I'm sorry. When you eating boiled eggs and weenie sandwiches, nigga, you just whoop niggas' asses. That's how it work, bro. You mad every single day that you just ate a boiled egg and weenie sandwich, and the next nigga that try you finna get their ass whooped, bro. But when you on a Lamborghini jet or a Lamborghini yacht,
Yeah,
come on, bro.
Ain't nothing.
All types of champagne and Irish whiskey on that bitch. Nigga, get the fuck out of here, bro. I'm not trying to fight nobody.
you ain't got to live on land. You just out there living your
Nigga
best
broke
life.
his shin, bro. Ain't no wheelchair ramps on the Lamborghini. You ain't on the No, bro. Ain't no wheelchair ramps on the Lamborghini yacht, bro. No. I'm not trying to fight nobody, bro. He is gone. He's a goner. McGregor will never be the same. He will never ever be the same. And that could happen to Ngannou because Ngannou is an even less skilled fighter than Conor McGregor is. Not saying that Conor McGregor isn't skilled. I'm just saying he ain't no ground game type of dude. He's a kind of one dimensional type person as far as MMA goes.
He don't like getting hit. He ain't gonna sit there with you.
And thank you. I'm glad you remembered that. Ngannou really don't like to get hit, bro. He really is kind of, I don't want to say it, but he really is kind of a puss, bro. He not that. He got power like a Mike Tyson, but and a Deontay Wilder, but he's too cerebral. Like he's too cerebral with the shit. Like he understand that getting hit hurts. Deontay Wilder and Mike Tyson don't give a fuck, bro. They brain is dull enough and small enough. They don't give a shit about getting no motherfucking hit, bro. They score 3 times thicker than all ours, nigga. Not that they can't be intelligent. I ain't trying to Eddie Hearn these niggas, but
these niggas wasn't paying attention in school.
These niggas, look. I used to say these niggas retarded. That's how far I could go with the shit. I'm trying to get this nigga respect, but. You know Deontay. You heard Deontay Wilder talking. You heard Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson know his history on boxers and shit. He's a boxing historian. But nigga, if you ask this nigga, Alexander the Great created the entire world. Nigga, get Jesus Christ. That nigga learned one thing about Alexander the Great, boy. You couldn't stop him. Jesus Christ. He think that nigga Hercules and shit, boy. He think like, get your ass out of here, Mike.
Yeah. Mike Tyson learned some random fact and some random non-fact.
I'm a gladiator. I'm a gladiator. He's up in there making woman sounds and stuff. He's up in there. What the fuck is that video? He's up in there making like female sounds and shit. Hydrogen bomb.
Constantly body punches. When I was hitting him with body punching, I heard him, actually he was crying in there, making woman gestures like, oh. There's never any doubt in my mind because I'm the best in the world, even though a lot of you don't like to hear it. I'm the
He's
best,
in there crying and shit, like making like woman gestures, like
Tyson. I like the Mike Tyson rock story. That's just hilarious.
Actually, he was crying in there, making woman gestures like, oh. There's never any doubts in my mind because I'm the best in the world, even though a lot of you don't like to hear it. It's facts. I'm the best. You know what I mean? Sometimes I don't want to believe it myself, but it's the truth. These fellas, I dare them challenge me with their somewhat primitive skills. They're just as good as dead.
Mike. Not you, bitch. You're Miguel. Who the fuck am I, America? Bro, that bitch name was America. She had the dopest, for her name to be America, that was the dopest nickname though, Erica. I'm like, yeah, okay, Erica. Well, her name America. What? America? Bro, that's a dope ass abbreviation though. I would have never thought of it. America, Erica. Fucking fire, bro. Like to have the stupidest name, the most cliche name ever. They cleaned that up well. Whoever named her Erica cleaned that up well.
And then talking about her husband or boyfriend, he was one of them cuckolding dudes.
He was a cuckold. I think I remember y'all telling me that shit.
We were all like, and then she brought him to work, and we were all like,
Had to be. She was a fucking monster. Nah, not worse than that Monica bitch though. It was a bitch. The Monica bitch was like meeting Erica when like 20 years earlier. You know Erica older than the motherfucker. In her whole slut prime. In her prime. I swear to God, I basically sold that bitch one day at the gas station. That nigga Cutting Boss gave me some pills and some weed. And I told that bitch to get in the car with that nigga. I told that bitch to get in the car with that nigga. And she got in that bitch. That nigga left for about 4 hours, 4 hours. He down there back. By the time I was getting off, bro, like an hour or two before I was getting off, that nigga came, pulled back up. With that bitch still gone off them balls, nigga. And he's like, man, I ain't get that bitch. I was trying to get that bitch such and such and such and such. I like, nigga, she ain't suck you up. Yeah, she sucked me up. I was like, yeah, all right, well, you good then, nigga. That nigga was trying to double flip that bitch. Nah, nigga, I just flipped her to you. You ain't finna get her to do too much. She already skeptical. I got her to the point to get in the car with you. You ain't put no work in, nigga. She ain't finna do what you say, nigga. Fuck all that. Bro. Austin was out of line. Crackhead ass bitches. I slapped the shit out that bitch one day because she stole a bottle of lotion out my house. I slapped the dog shit out that bitch. I say, bitch, go walk across the street and get my goddamn lotion. You got me fucked up, ho. Don't ever come to my house again. I ain't never let that bitch in my house again. I'm lying, but close to that. Technically, I didn't. I was in a different apartment.
nah, Cutting Boss was a fool in there. That shit was hilarious.
Cutting Boss was a trick, too. That nigga was a whole trick. A whole trick, nigga.
I remember he'd come in there, man, how much, man, I'll buy you out for a whole month. And then he'd throw a stack and then he'd be like, nah.
And
never
take
mind.
it back with his bitch ass. That nigga the fakest throwing money nigga I ever seen in my life. That nigga just cash all his rent money and act like he balling for the fucking month. Nigga, you finna spend all this shit back on rent, ho. I swear to God, when he finally beat me at 2K and left that bitch with like 150, that nigga was the happiest I ever seen him in his fucking life, bro. When I was up like a bill 20 on him, I wasn't even tripping. I was just whatever, you know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I win all the time, bro. I win all the time. It's no big deal. That nigga there, boy, I had taught that nigga that night how to beat me. Get the Bucks, get Giannis, and put Giannis at point guard. Watch this. All your plays gonna evolve from Giannis after that. And that nigga beat the shit out of me 3 games in a row, nigga. I say, God damn, I just fuck. And he took advantage of the fact that I was gone off some brandy off some Jameson. So I fucked up. You ain't supposed to gamble when you fucked up like that. And I made some wrong decisions. That's why when you're at the casino, the drinks is free.
Yeah, they be trying to get you liquored up.
I wouldn't have did that to now one of my niggas, bro. But it is what it is.
Was it that asked you for some juice or something shit? Nah, it was somebody else.
Who?
Yeah, I think it was him, Cutting Boss. That he came upstairs and then he was like, man, we get a Gatorade. You like, nigga, you can get some water.
Yeah, only nigga. It was the SA. My SA plug had asked me for a Gatorade or something to drink one time. I gave that nigga Gatorade though, and that was before that nigga had even fronted me. When my dough got kicked in, them hoes that took my motherfucking QP, most of my QP or whatever, and SA fronted me like it wasn't nothing, bro. Like we been knowing each other our whole life, nigga. I got you, bro. Boom, boom, boom. Nigga fronted me half a pound, nigga.
Oh, when that youngster broke in.
When that fucking ratchet ass, ankle monitor wearing ass, jive turkey ass bitch. I'm sure mad cause I don't fuck 18 or 17-year-old bitches. Fuck that hoe. Nigga, that now when I tell you slap a bitch, If I ever saw that bitch after that shit, when I tell you I'm finna backhand knuckle slap that bitch, matter of fact with the left hand with the ring on, bruh, I'm finna slap that bitch across the street, nigga. You got me, bruh. Nigga, God was willing that I didn't see that bitch again, bro. Cause you know I knew everybody on the motherfucking block, bro. Once I already was kind of keen to the idea, I was like, oh, it was such and such. My nigga Reggie, old head nigga like 40 something. He told me. I heard them talking about it. Boom, 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 boom. They're like, yeah, I ran up in that nigga house, blah, 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 blah. I got such and such. And I was like, I say, was it the bitch? He's like, yeah, ankle mount, yeah, it was her. Boom. I was like, okay. Big, appreciate you, Reggie. And that shit was like 3 months after shit happened. Nigga, I roundhouse kicked that bitch ponytail off, nigga. You got me fucked up. Yeah.
It's kicked out.
Wretched ass bitch. Goddamn. See, that bitch that made me mad. I wanted to talk about the UFC in the heavyweight division and how garbage they is. Cause that shit right there is another source of stress for me.
Why don't you go light up that blunt then?
What blunt? The piece of blunt. I know you don't know shit about the UFC division, Miguel. But I know you know Derek Lewis.
I know Derek Lewis.
He been trash. I know you
Yeah,
seen
he lost his last fight, no? But he's I thought he was supposed to fight, but he lost, right?
he
Or he
lost.
main
He got
evented the
beat by
Friday
Cyril.
night.
He got beat by Cyril Gahn. Too. I don't know if he had another fight out there, but he got beat by Cyril Gahn. You remember Cyril Gahn? The light skinned nigga who point fight like a strike like a boxer and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Cyril Gahn looking nice and shit. But I mean he fights like a bitch to me. But he fight like a bitch. He really just a kickboxing point fighter. He don't throw no haymakers, bro. He just really just, trying to get some light strikes in, score points, bro. Like that's it. Ain't no setups to the shit to where he can really sit down on nothing. That nigga fight too scary. He got some TKOs and shit. He got a TKO against Derek Lewis, but it's really from the fact that he's such a good point fighter that he can give you an accumulation of strikes here and there, and kind of overwhelm you, not really knock you out, nothing like that, bro.
But it's enough to win the fight. That's all that matters. But it's boring as
No, it's
hell.
not. It's all that matters in the trash ass division, bro. John Jones finna come back to the division, and everybody finna have a rude ass awakening, bro. Remember, this is mixed martial arts, bro. Cain Velasquez would rip fucking Gain apart. Cain Velasquez, had he not fucked up his knee, he lost to Ngannou, but it was because he fucked up his knee, low key. Ngannou kind of cornered him in the situation, but he didn't get knocked down from a punch necessarily. He kind of got like off balance and his knee popped out, some type of situation like that. That fight was eventually going to go to the ground because Cain Velasquez is smart as fuck. He not finna sit there and strike with Ngannou.
Yeah.
And Ngannou has next to no ground game. He utilized his ground game against Cyril Gahn, who is coming from a purely kickboxing background. You're never gonna see Cyril Gahn make $1 on the ground, bro. You're never gonna see him make a single cent on the ground. Not like that. Not in the real division. He got some submission wins and shit, but this shit is weak, bro. Who is that tall ass motherfucker?
Tall one.
Yeah, they got another like 7-foot dude, or not 7 foot, like 6'8" dude. Derek Lewis versus, he's like a Russian, Volkov. No, yeah, Volkov. I'm thinking Volkanovski. Yeah, Volkov. Alexander Volkov.
And that's
Motherfucker is
but that Samoan dude that be drinking out the shoe.
Taitiavasa. Taitiavasa again. He's just like a dollar store Derek Lewis. Like, he's just got power, not a lot of fighting skills. You know what I'm saying? But the dude I'm talking about is Alexander Volkov. It's the dude who got his mouthpiece knocked out a few times, And the second time when he knocked the shit out that nigga, he was looking at Derek Lewis like, pick up your mouthpiece. And the referee and Derek Lewis looking at like, bro, that's your mouthpiece. Put it in your mouth. What are you doing? He looking at Derek like, put your mouthpiece. He knocked this nigga to another fucking planet, bro. Onto another planet, bro. Dude, he's such a lethargic
He looked
fighter.
at it, he was like, shit, Francis Ngannou ain't seen his family in like 2 years, in 3 years, some shit like that.
Francis Ngannou, damn sure. Nigga, that nigga mama couldn't get a visa to come see him fight.
That's fucked up.
But I mean, he'll learn eventually what lawyers to go to. You know what I'm saying? He just has no fucking clue. He just had no clue because his mama got denied the only time that he had tried at this time that I figured this shit out. And somebody, the person he was talking to was like, man, did you get, an immigration lawyer and such? He's like, no, I just, with a regular lawyer, kind of petition the courts about the shit the way. I like, bro, nah, you got to get specialists for this shit. You got to get a specialist. Like, there's no reason your mother.
You could use a regular lawyer, but he ain't gonna know all the loopholes.
He's not gonna know exactly. Just like Ngannou doesn't even know to go get a certain lawyer for that shit. There's so many loopholes to this lawsuit, this fucking judicial system we have, bro. Like, you have to be a specialist, like, and then even then, bro, and then it's not even. You have to be a specialist to have the knowledge. You have to be a specialist to get the fucking credit, bro. I could be in court right now telling the judge everything that I know about the law and why I should win this case. And it's still going to be, but if a lawyer come in with a suit and a company behind him and say the exact same shit I just said, they're going to be like, oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Boom. You know what I mean?
That's why lawyers be joining up with firms, because it makes it easier. The whole firm bikes you up.
It's just credentials in general. Like, if I didn't go to college or some shit like that, it does, which, I mean, there's something to that. I'm not just finna trust anybody neither. You feel me? But if I can present the law factually and verifiably, I should be able to be my own lawyer without having to go pay somebody to say the exact same shit I already know to get the same fucking result that I know I deserve. You know what I mean? It's fucking dumb. But, like, with Ngannou, for instance, like, they treat them niggas like they're independent contractors when it suits them. And then they treat them like employees when it suits them. And that's from the fighter's perspective, and that makes all the sense in the world. You know what I mean? Y'all should shell out something toward some type of health insurance. If not, then let me go do whatever the fuck I want to do whilst being on contract with you. The only problem there is, and what makes Dana right, and whoever is calling the shots at UFC right, is that there's no, you guys don't have any other offers. This is the main show right here, buddy. So unless you guys actually go to boxing and get some competing offers, I have nothing to compete against, my nigga. So why the fuck would I just pay you unprecedented millions? Literally unprecedented millions.
Bellator ain't gonna give you that.
Well, look, you got ONE FC, PFL and shit. They will. They'll give you millions of dollars. The only difference is they've been around a fraction of the time UFC has been around. So we don't know what that's going to look like on a long scale basis. They could be bankrupt in the next 5-6 years paying that shit to fighters. They're not they're not doing great numbers, bro, when it comes to pay-per-view. Trust me, they're not doing great numbers, bro. There's not been a single PFL fight that has topped the worst UFC fight, bro. I bet there hasn't. And PFL, I think, is the number one leading one. PFL is the one that's got the tournament bracket with the point system. Depending on who you beat, you get a certain amount of points, and then there's a playoffs, and then you fight.
But
we don't know how that. We don't even know how that's gonna look going forward. Like, I like I like it, but I don't know how it's gonna look over like 10 seasons. I don't know how it's gonna look when you got a dude who lost this fight against somebody who was real technical, but this is the best fight against the champion right now because the styles make fights. So you can't necessarily do fights in the tournament bracket like a football game because you're gonna miss out on some of the best fights. right? That's why in the UFC you can be Alex Pereira and just have a vendetta with Izzy and come up to the top 10 rankings just like that, because styles make fights, and this is what the people want to see.
And you saw he took the title back to Brazil, to his tribe.
Nah, I ain't see all that shit. I ain't want to see none of that bullshit, man. I don't see none of that bullshit, man. Yeah, he won fair and square. That's a thick ass boy, man. That's a thick ass dude, bro. Like that nigga, he benefits from what John Jones benefited from. Like he's too big for that division, but he's not necessarily big enough to be in the next division without, like he would have to stay at a certain weight or whatever. Like he can be in the division he in and train and, drop a few pounds, that's going to come with training, boom, 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 and just be really big for that weight class. But if he was to go up a weight class, he would have to put on weight, which I would rather have to lose weight and come up and fight somebody who's naturally smaller than me than, that's how fighting works, you know what I'm saying? And it's not that he has to go out of his way to do it. He's just one of those dudes that's on the scene of a class, It's not like boxing where you got a different class every 3.5 to fucking 5 pounds and shit. 5 to 7 pounds, you got a different class, like. Which, I mean, all that shit matters, That shit definitely matters. It's just in MMA, you don't have enough prospects, enough fighters to do that many, do that many weight classes, one. And two, the weight disparity isn't as detrimental as it is in boxing. Because, in boxing, all you using are these hoes right here. And when you, like I was telling you, the sweet zone for boxing, y'all like 6 inches away from each other. The sweet zone for MMA, y'all niggas like 2 feet away from each other. That's striking distance in MMA, 2 feet away from each other. And boxing, it's like, a foot, 6 inches. Y'all right there in the pocket. Boom, 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 boom. You getting hit a lot more, and that weight motherfucking matters when a nigga lean on you like that. That's the only weapons you got is these hoes, and a nigga can lean into that bitch. Weight, the extra 5 pounds gonna motherfucking matter. But in MMA, a nigga could be 10 pounds more than me. I could take his ass down. You know what I'm saying? It's really not that big of a deal. 10 pounds. If we finna roll around, it ain't that big of a deal.
You got more weapons in MMA because you kick, strike. So
and you talking about increasing that distance of where he throwing the punch from 2 feet away rather than a foot or 6 inches away. He's gonna be significantly slower than somebody that's 10 pounds. It'll matter, but you got so many more advantages that you can take advantage of in MMA if you're lighter than that person, rather than in boxing. It's really not too many. You can be 10 pounds. If you 10 pounds heavier than somebody, you can be just as quick as them in boxing, is in that format, and still just get with that motherfucker. Your shit just gonna have bricks behind your hand to that nigga. Bricks.
Bricks.
Yeah. So what if I keep thinking like, nigga, why they ain't talking about they keep talking about Ngannou fighting Tyson Fury. Why they ain't talking about that nigga fighting Deontay Wilder? Shit.
Bro, that'd be a better fight.
I guess from a marketing standpoint though, it would be terrible from a marketing standpoint. 2 niggas, you know what I'm saying? We don't want to see brothers going against like that, one. And 2, like, Ngannou barely speak English and Deontay Wilder's barely speak English. Like, that should be some of the dumbest press conference shit you ever watch. Tyson Fury can actually make it a show, and I mean that in both ways. If Tyson Fury boxing Ngannou, it's going past 6 or 7 rounds inevitably because Tyson Fury is gonna be able to get away from whatever Ngannou's doing. You know what I'm saying? It'll be up to Tyson Fury to engage him whenever he wants to. Ngannou's not going to be able to engage Tyson Fury on his own front ever in the fight with him. So it's going to get past 6 or 7, and that's good for showmanship. That's good for entertainment. Right?
Good for money.
Right, it's good for the money. Just like how Floyd Mayweather out there literally holding Lex Paul up. What's his name?
Paul Logan.
Logan
that
Paul.
one,
Paul Logan. Holding this nigga up. Get your ass up. And they literally sold as many tickets on the back end of the fight as they did before the fight started.
And then this Logan dude had the audacity to say that he the
won.
only one that
He
it's
lasted.
like,
He lasted. Boy, if you don't stop. Anyway, nigga, please. But they got. I think. I think the Wilder fight would be wildly unpredictable, to say the least. That's like wildly unpredictable because Wilder. While I always say Wilder ain't no boxer, this nigga can't box to save his life. He's still closer of a boxer to Tyson Fury than Ngannou will be to either of them, right? Could we say that? Ngannou don't have no specific boxing skills, nigga. Like,
yeah.
he just be throwing them hoes, bro. But Deontay
That's
Wilder just be throwing them hoes too. But he's been in a boxing format doing that shit for way longer. You know what I'm saying? So, like, he's going to just
He ain't
become...
learned nothing.
Nah, he ain't learned nothing, but he's just going to be moving in such a way. Because
More confident.
as bad as the fighter Deontay Wilder is, he don't just get dropped like that, nigga. Don't nobody just be dropping that nigga. Right? Like, Ortiz done gave that nigga a fit. Ortiz gave that nigga a fit, bruh. The first time for sure. Deontay Wilder standing up on that boy. I think Deontay got dropped maybe a couple times before Fury, but I can't remember.
I don't know.
I can't remember. I
didn't
now,
really look into the Fury fight.
and just to be consistent, yeah, we did go over the fact that Deontay Wilder be fighting everybody that then came off a 2-year hiatus and shit. Old ass niggas and shit. Yeah, you know. Whatever. But still, I done seen that nigga take some shots. He ain't just finna go down neither. So you talking him versus Ngannou? It's gonna get to haymaker season real quick. Like second, third round, it's gonna be haymaker season.
Especially because Francis Ngannou don't like getting hit, so this nigga gonna be like, "Fuck, I'm trying to get out of here."
Bro, it'll be so fascinating to see Ngannou's uppercut land with that nigga Deontay Wilder, or to see Deontay Wilder's fucking left or right hook land on that nigga Ngannou, bro. Bro, it'll be so fascinating. Now Ngannou's 6'4", Deontay Wilder's 6'7", and got a reach advantage, I'm pretty sure.
But I think that I mean it'd be a good fight because it's gonna be a KO. But I think Tyson Fury
would be the more marketable, more friendly fight though.
Because Tyson Fury in the first couple rounds, he's just gonna be like, "Oh, I got this dude."
In the first 4 or 5 rounds, bro. There's no reason to sit down and actually throw something on this nigga. Tyson Fury could actually make the shit go 12 or 10. They probably gonna do 10. You know, he would make it go 10.
That would be funny though, just to see that nigga do slow.
But it wouldn't be no real fight though. You see what I'm saying? Like it'll be more marketable, a longer fight, but it wouldn't be no real fight. Deontay Wilder would actually have to fight this dude. Like Tyson Fury would not be fighting Ngannou. He would be schooling Ngannou, like showing him a boxing expose, basically. Yeah. It would not be no fight, bro. Like it's not even good. Because mind you,
it's gonna be boring.
A part of Tyson Fury's success is not only that he's good and understands boxing on a intellectual level higher than everybody else in the heavyweight division. He's also bigger than all of these niggas. He's 6'9". Like I say, Wilder really get away with a lot of shit because he's 6'7". But Fury knows how to box and he's 6'9". You cannot beat that shit, bro. You cannot beat that shit, bro. Ali was like 6'5".
He like Brock Lesnar in the UFC. How you this big and move
You
this
can't be
fast? It's
that
not
big and be
possible.
that fast and lose. Like, it don't work. Like, this nigga Tyson know how to jab, get up out of there, boom, boom, get up out of there, get up on the rope of the get up out of there, get up out of there. And you look at a nigga like Joshua, no skills, bro. Just trash ass punches. Don't know how to bend at the waist. Don't know how to move his feet when it's time. Like, it's
I
just
feel like
garbage.
that's how I would box, nigga. This
We
nigga just
seen
look
you,
like
nigga. We got a TikTok video. Don't make me pull it up with your swiping ass,
don't do
bro.
it.
I ain't do you like that.
That's why I got that thing on me. Fuck that. Or like remember I forgot who it was. The dude that had the family and the beard. I forgot Jason. They'd be like, Miguel, you look like you got one good haymaker, and after that, nigga, you gonna be tired.
tired. Yeah, your ass gonna be tired, nigga. Yeah, dad bod having ass nigga.
Gonna be like, where's my dab? I need a dab.
Dad bod having ass nigga for sure.
Oh shit. Oh. Well, shit. Did you, man? I can't believe the Cowboys won. Can't believe they won. I
You
thought they was
know?
going.
Okay, so me and Smitty had made a bet. So obviously our bet is off because I was like, the Eagles meet Tampa Bay gonna beat their ass. But it was a couple games off. Like Tampa Bay would have had to beat the Cowboys, and then they would have to go on to beat
The Eagles.
No, there would have been somebody else before the Eagles. Eagles would have been their conference championship.
Oh, 49ers.
Niners,
Because
I
that's who
think
the
the
Cowboys play.
Niners. Let me pull up the break. Let me pull up
Because
the
I think
break.
that's who the Cowboys are going to play, the Niners. So if Tampa Bay would win, they
Right.
would have to beat the Niners.
NFL bracket. 23.
It'll be kind of cool, though, because they're going to have it could be the Cowboys and the Eagles, a AFC rivalry for the AFC Championship or NFC. I don't know what division they in.
Browns.
Browns ain't in the playoffs?
I was like, nigga, what the fuck is y'all talking about? Man, bro, what the fucking new shit is, bitch? I need Yahoo on my shit, man. Bro, where the fuck is Yahoo?
Shit, I'm surprised that it's been quiet for the Browns since they got Deshaun Watson.
Yahoo Sports got the best motherfucking sports tracking, bro. The best sports app there is, bro. It is my shit. Nick.
Yeah.
Nick. NFL. Nick. Draft. Now don't use the browser version. I really just want to see. We got standings. Okay, yeah, here's a bracket.
Yeah, see, Cowboys play San Francisco, and then they'll either play Eagles or the Giants.
Yeah. Yeah, so the Eagles would have been that conference.
Oh, man, Jacksonville, they going to get their ass whooped.
So basically, I was betting on them niggas to get to the Super Bowl.
Damn. I hate that Buffalo and Cincinnati going to knock each other off.
You say, how they gonna knock each other off, nigga?
Because they play each other.
They both
Buffalo
gonna lose?
I'm saying they're going to knock each other out. One of them's going to knock each other out, or the other one out, sorry.
No shit. I'm like, nigga, what the fuck you mean?
I mean, I would
Yeah,
have
somebody
rather
gonna have to lose, nigga. I was like, wait,
I would've-
they both
I
gonna
would have
lose?
I would have rather that been the AFC Championship instead of.
Okay, so
division.
what? You know, speaking of both gonna lose, that just reminded me of something of how much I hate the tie rules and shit. What if something was to tie in the playoffs where there's one and done tournament here? How the fuck that work?
You go to sudden death. They each get.
So why they
2
don't do that
turns
in the regular season? The fuck?
because it's too long.
Too long, my ass. It be the middle of the fucking day. Ain't nobody else got shit else to do. We're like, nigga, y'all can sell some more hot dogs and beers, nigga. Overtime. What the
I
fuck
think
y'all talking about?
I think you get two
Y'all gonna extend the motherfucking season of game, but gonna tell us we can't do no overtime. That happens occasionally. The fuck? Y'all want to extend the shit for a game every year, undoubtedly. But every once in a while we could go. No, bro, come on, man. Come on. That be tripping.
Yeah, and on the playoffs they go back to the old rules. You get overtime and then oh yeah, that shit. 'Cause they can't end the tie.
Cowboys gonna beat the 49ers?
Yeah, they got Brock Purdy for the 49ers, right? I don't think 40, I
Oh,
don't
the Eagles
think
finna beat the dog shit out the Giants. We know that.
mm, Eagles. Yeah, they got Daniel Jones. Sunshine ain't beating Mahomes.
Danny Downs ain't that cold.
Sunshine ain't beating Mahomes.
Nah.
The only good
So
game, that Buffalo game in Cincinnati, man. Both teams I like, and I don't want neither one to go
I
home.
like the Bills too, man. I like the Bills too. Let's see what Burrow talking about, man. I'm fucking with Josh Allen though, bro. That's my nigga.
I like Josh Allen. I like the Bills, and because they got Diggs, that
J-
man needs to win a championship, man.
Jacksonville finna get molested though.
He ain't gonna get that. They gonna wish they didn't win that game. That walk on.
Jacksonville finna get molested for sure.
Sunshine gonna come out for real.
Yeah, nah, facts. So Kansas City would go on to meet either the Bengals or the Bills. I really want to say the Bills, man. I really want to call the Bills on this one. Definitely calling the Chiefs and Bills. That's what I'm looking at.
I like Cincinnati because they got my Sooners. They got two Sooner running backs, Joe Burrow.
That's facts. That's facts. That's
Yeah, man.
facts. So
But I
Miguel,
like Buffalo because Buffalo ain't won its
so
championship in
Miguel got Chiefs versus Bengals. I got Chiefs versus Bills. And on the other side, Philly beating the shit out the Giants for sure. Now let's look at the San Francisco roster right now. San Francisco.
I think they got a tight end. That's probably it. Because Brock Purdy
That's
is
the
a
only
rookie,
thing
a
they got on their
freshman.
team is a tight end. Oh, okay.
Because the freshman is the quarterback. Because Jimmy's out.
Brock
Trey
Purdy.
Lance is out. Yeah,
Trey
Brock Purdy is the one that's playing.
Trey Lance hurt. Jimmy Garoppolo. They don't be starting that nigga Garoppolo no more.
No, I think he was hurt. Something happened to him.
Garoppolo.
Yes, I don't know that running back. Don't know that running back. Oh, they got Christian McCaffrey, but he hurt. But he was.
Damn. So it would be nice to see them niggas get past this and maybe that nigga McCaffrey can play in the Super
Oh,
Bowl.
they got Debo Samuels. I forgot about Debo Samuels.
Yeah, buddy, nigga.
They gonna need some magic though, cause Brock Purdy.
Kittle still out there.
Yeah, that's the tight end Kittle, right?
Yeah.
How come they done got these niggas in order of starting?
I know, huh? You looking at the stream?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's fucking me up, nigga. The fucking, I'm telling you, the Yahoo Sports app is the best, bro. It's way better.
I mean, they got it on the top, but it's easier on the top. They just have the names and the
Yeah, on the
position.
top it had the names, which is fucking dumb. Can't fucking see that shit.
Yeah. That shit terrible.
Cause it look like they
Oh
got
yeah,
Brock Purdy
Christian
starting and then Josh
Christian
Johnson
McCarthy started.
second
So,
string, McCaffrey for first
but
string.
McCaffrey injury prone than a motherfucker.
McCaffrey
That
didn't have
nigga.
no, he ain't got no injury right now.
Nah, but he injury prone. This nigga just came back for Big O's injury. That's why he
Oh
got
well,
traded.
keep throwing him screens, nigga. Give him a screen,
Yeah.
nigga, and out to the bop, wall, shield wall, nigga, shield wall that nigga. Fuck that.
Steady. Steady.
Yeah.
Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy.
I think it'll be I think it's gonna be the Eagles and the Cowboys.
Yeah,
I don't
man,
think.
looking like the cowboy might be it. Man, fuck no, bro. Get the fuck out of here. Nigga, cowboy finna fucking blow it. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? They're gonna
That
fucking
that
blow it.
that that, that kicker gonna miss all them field goals again.
Nah, bro, that nigga is so scared tight, bro. That nigga asshole. He's not gonna shit for 3 weeks. That motherfucker, bro, every time he kick a motherfucking field goal from now on, he gonna shit a penny. Like,
And it's
nigga,
funny because this ain't the first thing with the Cowboys. This is like his second or third thing with the Cowboys. They cut this nigga before.
yeah, nah, this nigga's
They
never
cut this
gonna
nigga
miss a
off the
field
practice
goal.
squad. They cut this nigga. This nigga
Niggas
been all
never,
over Canada.
that nigga scared straight, bro. That's got to
They
be
said
the worst feeling ever.
they said he was in the training facility getting ready. I was like, this nigga leg gonna be tired before he get to the game.
And look what happened. I mean, he missed them whole wide right twice, wide right, wide left one. Bruh,
Yeah.
I'm talking about, overcompensating.
Shannon Sharp was making fun of him. He's like, somebody got a souvenir there. Somebody got a souvenir there.
Shit.
Because he missed the net. He completely missed the kicking net.
Yeah, no shit. Can KC beat Buffalo or Cincinnati?
I don't think so.
You
I don't
don't?
think they should.
You think KC will lose to Buffalo or Cincinnati?
I think so. I like Cincinnati and Bills D more than the Chiefs. Chiefs is usually more offense than defense.
Then Philly versus Dallas or San Francisco.
I think it might end up being Philly and Cincinnati or Philly and Buffalo at the end.
Philly and Cincinnati.
Yeah.
We'll put a pin in that, folks. Philly and Cincinnati. Hell no.
I hope it ain't. I mean, Dallas would be nice, I guess, but I just don't. They always blow it. Like Stephen A. says, just wait, just wait.
Man,
They
dude.
gon'
I know I want to say just wait, too. I want to say Dallas going to go to the Super Bowl, man.
Because I mean, Skip and Shannon, they were all like, this team, if they can replicate this for another 2 games, they in the Super Bowl.
I
They're
want to
like,
say Dallas going to go to the Super Bowl.
but
And
that's the problem. The niggas can't ever replicate this type of shit.
against either the Bills or the Chiefs.
Oh, jeez.
But you got Burrow beating the Bills, huh?
I got Burrow taking them all the way again.
Man.
He gonna be rocking that ring with a burr.
Joe Burrow.
They gonna have to free Pooh Shiesty after this. Pooh,
Oh,
whatever.
man. No, man.
Keep that nigga locked up. He should.
That nigga is volatile and erratic. That nigga is
Sit your ass down.
volatile and erratic. I'm walking my kid to school, nigga. No, I'm not having it. I'm not finna have it.
And he growing out dreads. You know them niggas gonna come out here
Oh
and wild.
no, he's turning gay now. Oh, no, I'm playing.
He trying to get that drill dreads. I was like, oh nah, man, come on, man.
No. You don't need. That's just quite unnecessary.
I was like, man, you had your. With the fade, he was good, man. You ain't gotta go get dreads, but come on.
Nigga, for next time, well, I wanted to put a pin in, cause my audio, my visual off now. I gotta end this whole in a second. The Bible and the Apocrypha. You remember the Apocrypha the book that goes in between the Old Testament and the New Testament?
Yeah, you had to tell me about it. Mhm.
Right. So I found out that, cause I'm wondering like why that they don't, why we don't celebrate that or look at it or whatever case may be. And apparently it's because there's a Christian council that signed off on the 66 books that did get taken into the Bible?
Yeah.
I need to know more about that council. I need to know if there's any corruption there, and I want to know what the times was like. I want to know who these people was and all this shit there. Was there any politics involved? You know, such on and so forth. I want to know why the books that got chosen was. So that's our next project, and that's what the fuck we gonna look at. All right, like and subscribe, everybody. I'm out.